Hey, God bless, God bless. Well, this is Zacchaeus with another live word of the day. God bless and thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're tuning in for the first time, God bless. And if you're consistently supporting me, I thank you as well. Well, today I want to discuss like just people that don't mean you well. They're like pests, they're like flies around you. They're like bees around you. You're trying to swap them away and they keep coming around you. They keep coming around you. They're not getting away from you, but they keep pestering you. They keep bothering you. So you try to swap them away. You try to swap them away and they keep coming at you. And they're like thorns that pierce into your flesh. And they don't mean you well. They don't mean you well. Everything that you try to do, they sabotage. Ladies and gentlemen, those are like their enemies, but they proclaim to be your so-called friends, and they proclaim this to be. They portray it. They act like they mean you well. There's people out there that's they try to stop your progress, especially when you want to reach your goals. They try to stop your progress, and how they try to stop your progress is which you shouldn't do that. You tell them what you're trying to go for, what you're trying to reach for. They always put a damper in it. They always bring some kind of negative thought about the goal that you're trying to reach. Because they're not doing what they want you to do. So they try to put a damper in your goal. That's why it's good not to share your gems with everybody. Or they come into your life with just negative vibes. You ever sit in a car or sit among people and your spirit is not comfortable? Is that always like a negative energy coming out of that person? Or a negative vibe coming out of that person? Well, that's the spirit of the Lord saying that person is not for you. Or that person don't mean you well. You feel it in your spirit. You feel it in your spirit, that negative energy. You're sitting around some people, good people, then all of a sudden now, the bad apple comes. And then they come like flies. Or they come like the bee that's wasping around. You can't swap it away. And they just have that negative energy, that negative vibe around them. And you just try to swap it away. And you can't, because they're among you. They're hanging around among you. And you try to swap it away, but when you eventually swap it away, for some apparent reason, they're like pests. They come right back to you. Why? Because maybe a certain amount of people that you hang with, they tend to hang out with them. And then when they hang out with them, they bring the negative energy to you. And they just put a damper in your spirit. They put a damper in your spirit, and then they always want you to do something that is not cohesive with what you want to do. They have an energy that is not agreeing with your spirit. They hinder your growth if you hang out with them. If you prolong the fleas and the flies and the bees that hang around with you all the time, it hinders your growth. And then when you have a victory, they don't celebrate your wins. Have you ever met people that when you accomplish something, they can never congratulate you? They can never shake your hand or congratulate you? Or they can never celebrate your win? Yes. And I know this happened since 2017. A young man named, hip-hop artist named Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle had the marathon store in Crenshaw, and helping the community come together, and he's building the community of the marathon store in Crenshaw. And I believe he had negative vibes around him. Negative vibes around him that even caused him his life. See, ladies and gentlemen, some people don't want to see you do good. They always come with that negative energy. And if they can out you, if they can take you out, they will. They will take you out. Yes, they will take you out. They can never congratulate your wins. There's like, when you do win, and when you do have a victory in your life, they try to sabotage it. These are fleas and bees that you try to swap away. Swap away, ladies and gentlemen. Get them away from you. Because at some point in your life, certain people you're going to have to cut off. Certain point in your life, when it comes to negative energy, and when it comes to evil, wicked spirit, and a bad apple in your life, sometimes, like the fleas and the flies and the bees, you're going to have to swap them away. Swap them away. Swap them away. Because they serve no purpose in your life. They have negative energy. They don't want to hear the gospel. When you want to share the gospel and you want to spread good news to them and you have a victory in your life, they don't want to hear that. All it is just negative energy, negative vibes. And just like the bee and the flies, you got to just swap them away. Swap them away because they are negative. They're like parasites. They come to eat your flesh up. They're like parasites. Just when Shanquella Robinson went away to Mexico with her so-called friends, and they lined her up, and she was killed. Killed because she had a lot going for her. She had a business that was going for her, and they lined her up, and she was out of there. They killed her. They have some people that's around you. They don't mean you well. And they mean to put a damper in your spirit. And God gives, when you get close to the Lord, He gives you discernment of the Spirit. Discernment of the Spirit. Not everybody that says, Lord, Lord, shall enter. So He gives you discernment of the Spirit. Who's for you, who's against you. And eventually you find them out. And then when you find them out, they come around you, they're like, you gotta swap them away. Swap the flies away, and swap the bees away. Because they don't mean you too well. They don't mean you too well. Swap them away. Swap them away, ladies and gentlemen. Because as the time goes on, as you get older, time don't wait on no one. And as you get older, you have no time to waste. Well, this is Zacchaeus, with another live word of the day, and a live word of the day is coming out of Psalms 118 verses 12. They surrounded me like bees. They went out like fire among the thorns. In the name of the Lord, I cut them off. There are going to be many false prophets, many people saying, Lord, Lord. But are they really following God? They're not following God. Sometimes they bring that negative energy to you. And everyone that claims to know the name of the Lord knows the name of the Lord. Sometimes they're that bad. The Bible says, by the fruits you shall know them. Sometimes that negative vibe that they're bringing to you, you'll get to know them. And sometimes when you find them out, that's when you keep your distance. You could pray for them, but keep your distance. Well, this is Zacchaeus coming to you with another live word of the day. God bless and be safe out there. And if you like this content, smash the like button. Give me the thumb. Yeah, smash the like button. And also check out my podcast series with the Fifth General. Fifth General TV. Check that out. We talk about trending topics. Check that out as well. But this is Zacchaeus coming to you with another live word of the day. God bless and be safe out there. Peace and blessings, y'all. Thank you for tuning in.